You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency. Welcome back to another episode of MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. As usual, we do have a guest today. We're going to introduce him. I actually saw him on TikTok also. I sent him a message and got him to become a guest, and he's going to tell us some of his funny stories and maybe some others or something. So let's get him introduced. He goes by Officer Bacon. And how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I am wonderful today, except for the rain. I'm sick and tired of the rain. All I will say is Officer Bacon is in Texas, somewhere in the great state of Texas. So let's get started. I always try to ask a few questions, and I didn't let them know this ahead of time. Just the icebreaker questions. What is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink, alcoholic or non?
Whatever your favorite drink is.
I mean, the one that keeps me going is definitely Bang energy drinks. I would say that.
What's your favorite flavored Bang?
I believe the blue Raz that they have out.
Okay, because Bang has a shitload of flavors out there.
Honestly,
I've tried the Bangs. I'm a white monster guy. I just like the white monsters.
Gotcha. Okay.
You got a favorite alcoholic drink, or you don't drink alcohol?
Oh no, yeah. To do this job, I definitely need to drink alcohol. Let's see. I bounce between either if it's domestic, it's definitely going to be Ultra, and then if it's an import, it's going to be Corona Premier.
Beer guy.
Yeah, definitely beer and shots. I mean, I definitely like shots.
I'm straight up whiskey guy. I don't even touch beer. Everybody knows that listens that I enjoy the old smoky, salted watermelon whiskey that I'm still stuck on until I can get my hands on the root beer flavor, and I'm going to try some shit with that. But if you ever get a chance to try the salted watermelon, as we were talking salted watermelon flavored whiskey, what I do is I take a regular size Yeti cup, fill it up with ice, 2 shots of the whiskey, 1 shot of sour, 3 shots of the cranberry watermelon flavored juice. Okay. And finish it off from the top of it with the Crush watermelon soda pop. And stir it up, and it tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher that can get you intoxicated because you cannot taste any whiskey in it whatsoever. My wife, the women even like it, okay?
I mean, hey, if it's a party favorite, sounds good to me.
Is good. I mean, I was on the peanut butter for a long time, the peanut butter flavored whiskey. Mm-hmm. But once I got a hold to the watermelon, I hadn't got off of that. I want to try the root beer, but I can't find it yet. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie is definitely going to be Starship Troopers. That's
oh man, that's just like one of them old B classics right there.
Exactly, a classic. I love that movie.
Yeah, the second one not so much. The first was totally awesome. It's one of them shows. Every time if I'm happen to be flipping through channels and it's on, I'm going to watch it.
Oh yeah. No, I'll definitely rewatch that. I have no problem with that.
Good. That's a good movie. What's your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant?
I know cops like to eat, so.
My favorite restaurant. I mean, definitely. If it's gonna be on duty, it's probably gonna be like Taco Bell, something quick and easy.
Yeah, you got to watch Taco Bell on duty, man, because that could be bad.
No, I definitely. If I'm on duty, I eat certain things from Taco Bell because I'm not about that life of feeling heavy and eating a couple burritos and then going into a foot chase. So that's that is not recommended. I mean, definitely on duty would probably be something quick and easy like that, but probably like a Saltgrass or Texas the Longhorn Steakhouse. Definitely my go-to.
So you like a rare or a medium rare or well done?
Medium rare kind of guy.
Everybody gets grossed out when I eat steaks. I like mine like rare, like just brown it.
Really?
Yeah, I like it like almost raw. Everybody's like, they won't even look at me when I'm eating it. They like, I don't know how you eating that raw meat, but it's delicious. And the last one's going to be, are you a 10-mile-an-hour over guy or a 15-mile-an-hour over guy?
Well, see, I live in Houston, so everybody's about 20 over here. So if you're going over 20, then we have an issue because I'm going 20 over. So if you're going faster than me, then yeah, it's definitely 20 miles is probably my limit.
So do not go over 20 miles an hour if you're in the Houston area.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, see, he's much nicer than I am because everybody knows I'm a 10 over guy.
Yeah, if I'm doing traffic, you messed up. You done fucked up. So that's the reason why I would do a traffic stop, if anything.
So, basically, I'm going to let you kind of have it some. You did advise me you've been on a job for about 2 years or so now. Been through academy, and you like working. He likes working them drugs and them guns, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. When I say I've been on 2 years, everybody assumes rookie, but I'm one of those classified shit magnets that not only a shit magnet but a proactive one. So I get into things almost every other day. It's very common to me, like especially when I'm on the phone with family or anything like that. They're like asking how your day's going. I'm like, just dealt with a couple guns, 1 or 2 stabbings, and some guy got ran over while riding a bike. And that's like a typical Tuesday for me. And then everybody else is kind of like panicky, saying that, hey, the job's dangerous. But I mean, it's very common here to get into something here in Houston.
Well, as long as you're proactive, a proactive cop is going to be a definite shit magnet.
Oh yeah, no, it makes the shift go quick. So
yeah, you don't get called on the carpet too often. I remember when I was a shit magnet, super proactive, and it was like I was in the boss's office every other day.
Internal affairs told me that if I don't have write-ups, I'm not doing my job right. So I was like, okay, plan to see you next week.
Kind of like, well, when I went through academy in 1995.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I went through academy. I got hired in 95, went through in 96. But how were you even born in 96?
I was born in 94. Yep.
Okay, so you were 2 years old. The instructor, she was a female. She was like, if you basically told us if you do your whole law enforcement career and don't get sued, you never did your job. Well, I took care of that in my first 2 years on the job. So,
yeah, I mean, I think I have as many write-ups as I do awards, so it's kind of evened out. So hopefully, like when I apply to my next agency, if I ever decide to leave, they'll take that into consideration that, hey, he's got a couple write-ups, but a couple of suspensions, but he does have these pretty nice shiny awards.
Well, to me personally, if I see a cop that don't have write-ups, don't have suspension, or don't have complaints on him from the public, you probably ain't been doing nothing.
Oh yeah, you definitely been retired on duty, just collecting a paycheck.
Because whenever you go to a call, in my experience, when you go to domestic, a lot of times, if you got two people there, a complainant and a other person, a suspect, whatever you want to call it, if you go to any type of call like that and you leave, somebody's going to be pissed off, if not both of them. So.
Oh yeah, no. Usually, it's very rare for both sides of the party to be content with the decision. That's only in a perfect world.
Yeah, you're definitely doing your job out there. We got to do our ask about our naked story for Freebird, because Freebird has to live through all of our naked stories since he has no naked stories.
All right. I mean, so yeah, like I was saying, my partner and I, we got dispatched to a disturbance. Had an elderly female, no clothes on, sleeping on a blanket inside a bus shelter.
But was she the type you want to see naked or not see naked?
Oh no! I would definitely pass on it. I would.
Let's tell everybody.
I would pay her to keep her clothes on.
It's always the ones you don't want to see naked.
Oh yeah, clearly. Just I don't even want to think of it. So yeah, I mean, we get there. She starts making a bunch of noises and everything. My partner, he starts like introducing himself, going through the basics, just trying to figure out what was going on. And then we determined that she was hard of hearing and deaf. So luckily on those calls, I usually make the scene because I have American Sign Language on my background. So while I was sitting there talking to her, she was getting stressed out. And my partner like walked away, went to go get her some of the basic like paper clothes, paper scrubs to put on to cover up. And it seems that as soon as he pulled those out, she got frantic and upset. So she stood up with all the goodies out and decided to pick up this to-go container hidden underneath her blanket of spaghetti. And she just blatantly started putting it all over herself while kind of jumping around being frantic. So I took the clothes from my partner.
She wasn't hollering, "Eat me" or nothing like that, right?
No.
Okay, well, I'm making sure.
No, she was furious, just kind of whining and making noises. So when I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on, I just grabbed the clothes, I hand them to her. I was like, "Hey, go ahead, put these on. Like, go take a walk." While I'm also trying not to get hit with any tomato sauce or anything else. I was like, "Hey, listen, you take these and you just get on walking, and you have a nice day." So I mean, as soon as she walked off our property, I was like, "All right, let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, so, I don't. We call them OPC down here. Y'all like put a mental hold on them and have them evaluated or anything like that.
We have those, but I mean, technically, I didn't see. She just seemed, to be upset. Customer service. So. I didn't see any means to, detain her, put her in the back of my car, take her to the hospital. So I gave her clothes.
Did she put the clothes on?
She was putting the clothes on while like yelling and making noises and stuff. So I mean, as soon as she walked off our property, I was like, "Hey, yeah, you can show us clear information. I got to go get gas, so you can show me a route to the gas pump, so I don't get sent back." And I was like, "You get a call back. She's the city's problem." So good thing we can rely on Houston Police Department just to go deal with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you hear that dispatch call come out of some naked dude running around, high on something, and they're basically sounds like, "I don't want to respond to that. Be the first one to answer the radio."
Oh yeah, definitely get the county or the city in route,
like,
either or. Whoever you do.
Don't want the naked guy.
That's it. Yeah, get a patrol unit en route.
So whatever other kind of funny type calls you've had, just stupid excuses, people you arrested making dumbass comments, or
I mean, one traffic stop that I did, individual was going 148 and 65 My partner and I, we were just going home, or we were actually just going back to the station after getting sent to a late call right before our shift ended. And so my partner is definitely a traffic cop. I mean, he's definitely a state trooper at heart. So whenever it comes to traffic, he is the guy that handles all of that. So as soon as we got over there, made contact, talking to him, I was like, "Hey, so what's the deal? Like, are you having any medical emergency or anything like that?" He goes, "No, it's our first date, and I'm just trying to show off to this girl." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I walked back to the car, and my partner, this guy, he seemed real uptight, privileged, that he had a lot of money, so nothing was going to really happen to him.
What kind of car was he in that was doing 150?
It was an Audi R8.
Okay. I don't know if it was a Nissan. Nissans are fast as fuck too.
Oh yeah, definitely Nissans. And I mean, if you can find an actual decent Honda Civic, sometimes those, not ones that sound like lawnmowers.
No, I'm just saying I've been in several vehicle pursuits with and them damn fucking them Nissan Maximus and Altimas. They will. I'm telling you, they will haul ass.
Oh yeah. But I mean, my partner really put a damper on what happened with this traffic stop. So he goes, "Ma'am, are you gonna have a ride?" And she asked, "What do you mean have a ride?" He goes, "Oh, when your boyfriend right here goes to jail for reckless driving." And then I mean, he changed his tune up real quick, and then came clean saying that it's not even his car, it's his work car, and that it's registered to his dad's law firm and all this other kinds of stuff. So we're like, oh, okay. So you just sitting here saying that this is all you, and I mean, he's coming clean in front of her after lying to her about all these things. So we're like, okay.
He probably told her he was the lawyer,
Oh yeah, but it was just his daddy's car.
His daddy's car.
Daddy's car. So my partner took that information and was like, "Oh, okay. So let me go back to the car." My partner and I are figuring it out. I was like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" He's like, "Well, he's really pissed me off, so I think I'm going to take this one." I was like, "All right, cool." So I sat back. He took primary on it. He walked over there, and he wrote him 7 different tickets for 7 different dates at 7 different times.
That's a good one.
I think it was between 5 different courthouses.
Really?
So, yeah, there's 5 different courthouses, all different times and all different dates. So technically, he just took an entire week out of this man's time just because he wanted to run his mouth and think he was some hot shit.
Well, it was better than just placing him under arrest and towing the vehicle.
We wanted to get off on time, so this was
It must have been close to the end of shift, right?
Oh no, it was end of shift. Yeah, I mean we got sent to a call 15 minutes after before end of shift, and we got disregarded 5 minutes going towards it, and then on our way back we caught him. So I mean he was furious because he had plans, and his fiance is not one to piss off. So
I've had people, I'll be out working Grant or something, and I'm just writing speeding tickets, and people have talked their way in to me going to get my other ticket book and start handwriting tickets on different court on ticket books, like for I don't know how window tint is where you're at. I mean, everybody has window tint laws, I assume, but in the area I work, and I'm not a real big strickler on it. I have a tint meter and all that crap, but I usually don't give people shit on it unless they just piss me off. I mean, I do. The whole front windshield thing bothers the shit out of me. I hate that, just for the reason where I know these motherfuckers can't see where they're going at night.
Yeah.
When I start popping out on window tint ticket laws or cracked windshields and start writing them tickets for shit they didn't even know you could get a ticket for, because you done pissed me the hell off. I don't know. You said you hit any good drug bust or something? I know you said you get some guns and stuff, AKs and.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple AKs, a couple ARs, a lot of AR pistols. Let's see.
Well, he's like convicted felon people, because I believe y'all open carry state like we are, aren't you?
Well, we are open carry on September 1st, where they don't require a license anymore.
What about in your vehicle? Like in Louisiana, your vehicle is considered an extension of your home. So in Louisiana, you don't have to have a permit or anything to have a gun in your vehicle anywhere as you want in your vehicle, under the seat, stuffed in between the seat. As long as you can legally own a weapon, it's not illegal to have it in your car anywhere.
Well, so with the castle doctrine, I mean, it's provided that, it's an extension of your home. But I mean, if it's like not in plain view, like if it's in plain view, like that's a violation right there. So, if they've got it like in their glove compartment, or they've got it like secured in the trunk or something like that, that's okay. But I mean, you've got some of these guys that like keep it in their doors, just because we get a lot of road rage incidents here in Houston that end up actually happening in shootings.
That's against the law over there?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got people that mount, will screw a holster up on underneath their dashboard where it's just it's not illegal here. Just
yeah, and they think that that's concealed, but that's not, because if I can clearly see it through the window, aka that means plain view. Like that's pretty much the definition of plain view.
So you cannot have it in plain view.
No, you cannot have it in plain view.
See, I'd rather have it in plain view than hidden somewhere.
Well, I mean, it varies. I mean, you can have, a 70-year-old grandma running around with a 45, and I mean, it's not surprised.
I just find it interesting how just even next door neighbor states right here just have such different, It's probably why I pull over a lot of people from Texas, since, Texas is a neighboring state, and they're always like, I have the gun here. I'm like, okay, well, just leave your gun where it's at. I'm going to leave mine where mine's at. Because I just assume every car I walk up to has a gun in it. So,
right.
So the ones you got, the AK stuff with these convicted felon guys, or they were just...
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of the time, I mean, I'll get somebody with an AK. They're having it in a backpack, just kind of chilling there. They'll at first say, oh, yeah, that's not mine. And they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll take the AK out. And then I'll say, what, you can't have a backpack with, with an AK in it? And I was like, well, you can. And then he'll be like, well, then what's wrong with my backpack? Well, I mean, you just claimed ownership. So, I mean, there is an issue. I mean, when you're threatening people with it because they're not, driving a bus or some shit, like that's an issue. And then it'd be like, oh, well, that's not mine. Like, that's my twin brother's. And I was like, oh, okay, now you got a twin, right? Okay. Like, everybody here in Houston almost has a twin. Let's be real.
These ain't my pants.
Right, exactly. I'm just holding for a friend.
I don't know whose pants that. Where'd that drug come from? That's not my pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got in a little pursuit months back, and the guy ended up having a gun in the vehicle. It was I give props where it is. There's another guy found the gun, because we went through this car. I went through it and everything. He actually had made a concealed compartment underneath the steering wheel inside the dashboard, and this other guy happened to see something that didn't look right to him and pulled it, and the compartment opened, and there was a pistol inside of it, which is not illegal in the state of Louisiana, except that this subject was a convicted felon and had just gotten out of jail like 3 weeks before.
Right.
Now, if this ding dong would have stopped when I put my lights on him to stop him, I would have just, because he had a driver's license, the car was completely legal. I would have had no reason to search his vehicle. I would have gave him a speeding ticket, and he'd have went on about his business. Now he went to jail charged with felon in possession of firearm, which you can get 10 years for.
Right.
So, just people are stupid. You made any big drug bust or anything like that? I don't.
I have one where a guy that I was actually taken in on a failed ID charge. I mean, as soon as we got in the jail, he ended up using his prison wallet and tried sneaking in 47 grams of synthetic marijuana.
Oh, the mojo shit makes you crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, he caught another charge on that. And I mean, I really just wanted to ask him. I was like, bro, how did you fit that in there? But because, I mean, it was a large bag. And I mean, I was just kind of curious. I was like, dang, dude, like you got what? Like, I didn't see that. Like when we pat you down and everything like that, like where'd that come from? And I mean, he just did not want to talk about it.
Yeah, his butt, didn't he?
Exactly. His prison wallet.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I just, I just could not, as a man myself, shove anything, to hide anything in my ass. I had to go, I'm 50 years old, so, I get the whole finger in the butt thing. And, I walked out of the doctor's office and I swear to God, everybody knew what just happened to me. And I picked up a pamphlet for rape counseling and I walked out and felt violated. And the doctor knew that I wasn't happy, and she had made the comment. She was a female. She said, "Well, just think of it. At least I'm a lady. I have small fingers." That's like, you're not helping the fact.
Oh yeah, no.
All thank God I didn't walk in there and have some ex NFL lineman or something that decided to become a proctologist or something with 8-inch round fingers or something like that. But it was like, I just say, I don't know how these people stick stuff like that up their ass, but then they want to consume it.
Yeah, which just baffles me.
I mean,
I would never want to do that.
Oh no, I'm not. I guess that's why when you work prison, you make them bend over and cough. But
yeah,
it's like, God. Yeah. I mean, at least they didn't have a gun in there.
No, I mean,
I've seen
honestly,
it. I've seen X-rays of people with guns shoved inside of their assholes. So,
yeah, I mean, definitely with the size of the bag, he could have definitely snuck in a Glock. Clearly,
God,
probably even a part of a circus. Let's be real.
And he had no grip left to hold this money, and I bet you when he farted, it just went like an old man. So,
that's it.
Oh, so you keep saying your partner. Y'all ride 2-man units where you're at?
So we actually ride solo, but during the times that we were on a proactive initiative, we would ride 2-man for officer safety.
I got you. Texas.
But then, I mean, we kept getting into too much shit, so they're like, you know what? Let's not do that for you too. Anybody else, yeah, that's fine, but you guys know that we're not doing that ever again. So
you work on, you work, do y'all like flip flop nights, days, or you strictly nights, strictly days?
It's a set schedule for us. Our department, every officer gets a part of a weekend. So it's either Sunday, Mondays off or Friday, Saturdays. So, and it's a set schedule unless you change what shift or what position you want to do. But, I mean, I work 1P to 9P every day.
So y'all don't work 12s?
No, we work 8s.
Okay. I guess that's good for you, or good for the guys. I mean, a lot of, like, I'm in motors, so most motors either work 8s or 10s. But, I mean, I'm Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. I mean, I got a good schedule.
Yeah, right.
Like uniform, department I went now, uniform, you do a month of nights, which is 4 to 4. And then you, on the first Wednesday each month, they'll switch over and you'll do the same thing on days. My prior department, either you worked days or you worked the nights, and it was 12-hour shift. They work shift work, but you either on night shift or day shift. They wouldn't go back and forth. So every department does it different. I know some departments do 410s and stuff like that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind 410s.
Yeah, but you're doing 8s. 8s aren't that bad. 12 hours can get long sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, 12s could be nice too, but I mean, it would just keep rotating days. I think the 10s, I would prefer the 10s, to be honest.
Oh, I'd work 410s myself. 3 days, 3-day weekends.
Yeah, I would prefer that over anything.
Hell to the yes. So, where your schedule works, if y'all do, if you just happen, if it's a holiday and it's your time, you just working.
Correct.
Okay.
And you just get double pay.
Yeah. They make that sound so great. It's really not that great. It just seems like they just take more taxes out of it on the overtime part. It's like last time I had some overtime for a holiday thing, and I'm like, yeah, this was not as great as I thought it was going to be on my check. So
Right.
they can keep it.
It's usually how it works.
You know, I don't know. You got any aspirations eventually to go to, like, do you want to be a K-9 one day, detectives, or?
Actually, I'm in the process of going through the interview for the attack position with my department for TAC team.
Oh, you said attack or?
TAC, like TAC.
I was like, damn, I never heard the department had an attack team.
No, you can't use that word around law
I was
enforcement.
like, wow. So you got a, like, last department I was with they called it SRT, even though it was SWAT, because
Yeah,
a lot of departments
SWAT.
now, say SWAT, it sounds too intimidating. Well, that's the point of it. But
Right. We used to have an SRT team here, but they got rid of it because it was too intimidating.
so the TAC team's basically the same thing, right? Just different name?
Well, so the SRT team, so none of it. So yeah, it's called a TAC team, but with my agency, it's called Transit Marshals. So that is the way that they made it. I mean, it's our TAC team where they do the plain clothes, serving warrants, anything like that. But it's just,
So it's a full-time gig?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's your specialized unit. That's your shift.
Okay.
I mean, that's your,
because a lot of departments,
regular.
Like I was SRT, but it was not they didn't have a full-time SRT team.
Oh no,
it was just
our SRT team used to be full time as well.
Oh,
so that was you were always driving around, just staying ready on call.
No, kind of like the TV show.
Yeah.
SWAT. No, a lot of teams, I don't know any departments around here in Louisiana at all that have full-time SWAT. Like I said, we did it. We did all the extra training. I went through, different SWAT schools and tactical schools and all that stuff. Now because we put in because we did so much training a month and the call outs and all that stuff like that. Basically, you got so much more money a month added to your paycheck for being on the team. Like, I don't know,
right.
An extra supplemental or pay or whatever. And after 10 years, if you stayed on the team for 10 years, you could retire off the team and keep your pay for it. So that's how it worked. It was I know the training and everything. I mean, it was a lot of fun when in my younger days when I came to the new department. They have a SRT type team, and I was asked, if I wanted to join it, and I was like, oh no, that's for you young fellas. Now I don't feel like running and gunning and doing all that crap anymore. I've been run over twice. I've been over the hood of two cars and motorcycle crashes on duty and all that stuff like that. I'm like, no, my whole body's getting broke up enough to do any running and gunning and stuff like that.
Right.
So do you have to, do like the guys on the team, this unit have to do they approve you, or you just put in for it and then you have to go through some training or a test or something like that?
You got to go through an oral board review. Excuse me. You have to go through an oral board review, and then they do a selection process. And then once you get actually selected, then they apply and they send you to the training, SWAT school, plain clothes, and they go. They've actually got a lot of training. I think it's like a 80-hour block for it.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Is it a bump in pay or is it a lateral?
No, it's just a lateral.
Y'all have motors out there? I know you're going to have motors.
Yeah, no, we've got motors. We've got, I think we have 10 or 12 guys on motors.
Yeah. I know Texas runs a lot of fairing bikes.
Yeah, they got a lot of bikes. So all our bikes, they work the HOV's roads. So they don't usually do the main lanes or anything like that.
Well, there's a competition here in the Baton Rouge area that it's one of the bigger ones in the country, and we get a lot of guys from Texas comes down for the competition. They got some damn good riders comes out of Texas on competition wise and stuff like that. So I guess you said you're not a big traffic guy, so I don't see you trying to get in motors or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I know you got some more funny stories there, fella.
Funny stories. I mean, I've got one where it just recently happened. My partner and I again, double trouble. We were in pursuit of a suspect. Suspect took off on foot, so I took off after him, and my partner went to go get the car. As I'm going through the neighborhoods and everything, I'm trying to give out like my current location of my partner. He's trying to figure out where I am. As soon as I get to a clear road, he sees me, and he's walking on the road with the complainant. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing? Go get your car." He's like, "I didn't know where you were." So I was trying to find out. So he starts running back to the car, and the complainant stays with me. And I'm just walking up this road now trying to find this guy. And my partner comes up behind me in the shop, and I jump in the front seat. And for some reason, the complainant jumped in the back. And we're like, what the hell? So, I mean, we were already rolling. So my partner just kept going. I was like, oh, great. This is going to be great. So we start making our way down the road. We get eyes on the suspect again. And he runs down this dirt alley. So we drive down the dirt alley as well. And then he tries jumping over a fence. So my partner jumps out, and he tries going over the fence and can't get over. So he jumps back in the passenger seat. I ran around at the time he was trying to go over the fence and jumped in the driver's seat. And sure enough, this complainant got back in the car, and we started driving. And as soon as we cleared this dirt alley and the brush, I mean, there was just a real sweet bayou right there that we just decided to roll into. You know, it was not a good thing.
Well, at least it wasn't filled with water, right? He didn't submerge a car or nothing like that. Luckily. So nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, and we ended up catching the guy right around the block.
I was getting ready to ask you if you caught the bad guy.
No, yeah, we caught him, and I mean, he was crying, saying that he was so sorry, and he just wanted to apologize, and he didn't mean for any of it to happen, and he didn't want us to take us to jail. I was like, listen, man, I just crashed my car in the bayou, all because of this, all because you want to run. Like this is all set in stone. Like your future is behind bars. That's a done deal.
They're always sorry.
Play a stupid game. Yeah, you want to play a stupid game? You want a stupid prize, real quick.
They're all sorry when they get caught.
Oh yeah.
That's like you want to see a whole bunch of recently saved Christian people go to court, wait for the inmates to come in, because they all come in holding their little Bible, because they all done found Jesus in jail.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I said you can find Jesus in jail, and he don't always speak Spanish. So y'all have in Texas, y'all have a large Spanish population. They don't make y'all learn Spanish or anything like that, huh?
No, they don't.
I didn't know if it was like some kind of. They don't require that of us either. I got a good translator app on my phone there.
Yeah, no. If we have an issue where there's a translation barrier, we just put over the air that we need that, Spanish-speaking officer or whatever language is being spoke.
Yeah, I'll try to Jedi mind trick them every now and then. Because usually if you got a group of them, you're going to have one person that speaks English somewhat or something like that. I had a younger cop with me not too long ago. And I pulled over two Hispanics on interstate, and both of them knew Obla and me. And one of them kept having this smirk on his face, and he was kind of pissing me off. So I pulled them both out of the vehicle. I was by myself, so I just called for another unit just because I had two subjects out of the vehicle, and I was by myself, even though both of them were combined was the size of me. So I'm not a ginormous guy, but I'm 6 foot and 300 pounds, so I'm not little either. So,
Yeah, I feel that.
and these guys were together probably 6'4" and 190 pounds, but I both had them out, and none of us spoke Spanish, and I just kind of I looked at the other cop that was there, and I looked at him. I said, we were on a bridge, elevated, a span bridge, and elevated over water. And I looked at the guy. I said, "So you think if I chunk these little bastards over this bridge rail right here, anybody's gonna miss them?" And the little young guy, the cop, just kind of looked at me. His eyes were real big and shit like that. He didn't realize what I was doing when I was saying. I was watching them to see if I got a reaction out of either one of them to see if they knew what I was saying.
That's messed up.
Which I think neither one of them did speak because I got no reaction. They didn't even look up at me when I said it or anything. So I'm pretty sure they didn't. And after they left, I looked at them. I said, "Dude, I was joking, right? I was just trying to see if I could catch one of them lying that they actually understood what we were saying." Because his look on his face was like, "Oh my God, he's about to chunk these little dudes off the bridge, let the gators eat them or something." I'm like, I was just fucking saying something to see if I got a reaction. So,
Jeez.
if anybody's listening, do not use that technique, okay? I can't guarantee that you won't get in trouble with your agency.
Yeah, somebody might have something to say about it.
I do shit like that. That's why I've been suspended and everything else on throughout my career, because I just say shit I shouldn't say sometimes, because I just say shit without thinking about it. It's a bad habit I got, but don't take that as training advice. If you want to try to Jedi mind trick them, look at them and say, I have used this one before. It's not going to get you in trouble, like saying you're going to throw somebody off of a bridge. But I just made a comment like, look at one of them dead in their eyeball while I'm talking to them and say, "Hey, your pants is unzipped." And if they look down, the motherfuckers know what you're saying. If they just sit there and look at you in your face, they probably don't understand what you're saying. So the pants unzip one's probably more safe for people to use. Yeah, don't threaten throw people off.
Yeah, usually I just tell them like, "Hey, listen, if you work with me, like I promise I won't take you to jail." And then if they end up coming clean, then my partner will just take them to jail. And if they try to call out like, "Hey man, you said you weren't gonna take me to jail," I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna take you to jail. My partner's driving. Like that ain't me."
See, I didn't lie to you.
No, I didn't lie.
Don't call ICE no more. You can't get any help out of them. So, not the ICE agents' fault, by the way. I'm not gonna get into that part of I'll start on a rant. I will start on a rant.
Yeah.
Because politics piss me off. Come back on a Wednesday if you want to hear that shit. Oh, by the way, for my listeners out there, I did talk to Doc. He was supposed to be back this Wednesday. He got in touch with me today. He says he's claiming he has a respiratory infection. He has the Rona. Maybe. I don't know if he got checked or not. So I told him if he's feeling okay, we'll phone him in. If not, either I'll be running solo or I'd like to try to get Freebird on, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'll keep docking your thoughts if he got the Rona. I don't know what he's got. I told everybody, I was going to tell everybody he had the HIV and he was taking medicine for it. He's got a respiratory infection. So come back Wednesday when you want to hear the politics and stories of this shit.
Right.
So you and your partner seem like y'all. You said you went to academy together.
Yeah. My partner and I, we went to the academy together. So that's where we met and everything like that. He was originally a tow truck driver, and I was a general manager of a restaurant. So it was an interesting pair.
Tow truck driver, and now when he's working the crash, he don't try to tell the tow truck driver how to do his job, does he?
No, but I mean, if the tow truck drivers act up and they want to argue or anything like that, I mean, he literally knows their rules and everything for the city. That if officer tells you to clear the scene, like we have enough records, and you want to argue about it, everybody has to clear, and we can request a new one. Like, they ever try to pull some bullshit, like a record tries to tell us what to do. I mean, he that's his pet peeve. Is when he knows he's doing right, and somebody's trying to tell him he's doing wrong.
You almost live in a different world down there. The record drivers gonna argue with the popo.
Oh yeah, they try to because they all want to mash and get the car, but like if we say, hey, listen, you got it,
y'all
like,
don't call for the record from through y'all's dispatch.
Yeah, they'll put it out on our general channel, and you'll 15-20 go up.
The department I work for now, we don't have a lot of records in the area, so we only use one, but the only one in the area. But my old department, they had a lot of records. What they did is they had a list, and it went on, you at the top of the list and you work down, and that's how it goes until you make the rotation. So if I go to a crash and it's like, do you have a preference on a record? And they're like, no. It's like, send me the next one off the list, and that's just the one that got called. If they ain't available, they'll go to the next one.
Oh no, they put it out over the air, and when we decide, hey, no more records on scene, like, okay, that's when we'll tell them, and they'll put it out over the air, like, hey, no more records. So it's definitely
So it's like a mad dash to y'all's crash.
It's 100% mad dash. Oh yeah.
Wow. That's different there. It's like, you never had any of the wreckers getting a wreck on the way to the wreck?
Yeah.
For speeding, trying to, because they want to make their money. Wow.
Oh, definitely.
That's different there. I just find it amazing listening to how different things are in different states and stuff like that. Now, have y'all in the Texas area, you haven't had to deal with any of this unrest and stuff for the past year, have you?
Yeah, unrest and as in what?
Like the semi, somewhat non-peaceful protest and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had our good fun weekend of it. I mean, the individual, he was from Houston, so Houston definitely got its piece in about it. But I mean, it was good overtime. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's just.
Yeah, no, it was interesting.
It's just.
But I got my piece of the pie for that one.
Yeah, last one we had down here was with the Alton Sterling stuff, which was years ago, and.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the front lines with it. I got assigned to another part of it, and trust me, I wasn't complaining. But it's like, I know some of the guys that were, we got, my old department has, they have guys that are like, I don't know, like what they call it, but anyway, for crowd control and stuff like that, they wear the gear, and they have all that crap, and they train for it, and getting shit, like bottles and crap thrown at them and all that shit like that. And I'm like,
oh no, yeah, I feel that.
It's like, I don't know, I see that stuff. It just, I can't tell you how bad it pisses me off. Motherfuckers are throwing frozen water bottles and doing all that shit, and they want to cry when they get hit by a rubber bullet or something like that. Oh
yeah, no, here in Houston, we didn't really get much of a. We did get some violent stuff happen where an officer did get hit in the head with a brick. But once that happened, Texas just doesn't fuck around with that. And by the time that officer got hurt, they took off the collar and was like, hey, listen, lock everybody's ass up, go get them. And our SRT teams, they just started shutting off block by block, and anybody that got caught in a little block just got locked up. Everybody got locked up for inciting a riot.
Well, that's good, because I don't know, I'm sure you pay attention what's going on. like some other shows, I got a lot of one of my highest states on listens is in Illinois, and them poor guys up there in Chicago and stuff like that. I don't know how they do it, because with Mayor Lighthead or whatever, that ugly man. God, that's such an ugly man. And they have no backup. Nobody's got their back or nothing like that. And you got places like Portland and all them other shitholes and stuff like that. I just can't deal with it. Thank God here in Louisiana, we haven't really, except for that one time, we really hadn't had too much to deal with it. You got anything else?
Nothing that comes to mind.
Tell the people where they can find you on TikTok and stuff like that.
What was that?
You can tell people how to find you on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to search me up on TikTok, it's officer.bacon. All I do is do skits, and I try to show y'all that police officers aren't robots, that we got a funny side to it, and that, we just people too. We're just doing a job.
And they have beards.
And we have beards, yeah.
Y'all can actually see what he looks like, people. Unlike the Iceman, that's still anonymous. Y'all don't know what I look like. It's probably a good thing, because I'm an ugly motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, but y'all go check them out. If y'all have TikTok, go check them out. I don't know if you put anything on Clapper?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, Clapper's kind of just like TikTok, too. Just, it's not quite as fancy on, it's not quite as easy to make videos on it, I found, but it's pretty, it's just like TikTok, too. But
okay, that's interesting.
Might want to check it out. Have your two accounts or whatever. All right, well, we appreciate you being on the podcast here. Don't hang up. I'm going to intro out, and then don't hang up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Everybody knows, like I said, if you want to be a guest, first responders, law enforcement, medical, dispatch, corrections, any of you want to be a guest, hit me up, MotorCop Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com. On Facebook, MotorCop Chronicles Podcast. Twitter is at MotorC. Best place to get in touch with me is either on email or on Facebook. To email me if you want to be a guest. If you just have a story, you got a story and don't want to be a guest, write it up and I will do my best to tell your story and keep you anonymous while we do it. Come back Wednesday. Wednesday night's the live show. Doc's up in the air right now, not sure with his infection. Come back Wednesday. I got a lot of good stories to talk about, and we're going to do the live show. We'll be on YouTube, Twitch, Truvo, and Facebook. To be doing it live, go like us on any of them. Follow and subscribe, and you'll get the alert when we go live. Usually around 7 o'clock we go live on the live shows. And everybody stay safe out there. And remember to always smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.